two guys who battled last year for the AFC Championship. It's Julian Edelman going up against Demaryius Thomas. So let's get you out to Denver for the call of our game. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game between the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton here in the booth. And Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to be one in the trenches from the quarterbacks out, whatever. It's going to be a good game.
Oh, without a doubt. I can't wait to see the big fellas have an impact. We're always spotlighting those wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and even the defensive backs. But the big guys, I can't wait to see which one tilts the balance for their team.
It was the Broncos who knocked the Patriots from the unbeatens last year. They're out for revenge as we're off on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And there is Tom Brady coming out. His Patriots beat the Jets by 5 in Week 12. Got Tom Brady's 200th win all time. That ties him with Peyton Manning, Charles, for the most victories ever.
And that's absolutely fitting to me because their names are linked together so well in NFL football. But how about this? Tom Brady also 60,000 yards passing for his career. Think about the names that go along with that.
Yeah, the
Marino,
yep.
Favre, Manning,
and Breeze. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And on this offense, a guy that kind of came in under the radar, Lewis.
Hard to believe that Dion Lewis was that far under the radar. There is something to precedent from schools. Played at Pitt, and they do know how to churn out running backs.
10 yards still left on second down. Brady to throw on second down. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Aqib Talib is one of the great gambling corners in the league. When he gets an idea and a notion and jumps a route, it often results in 6 points for his team.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got time. And he's got Bennett. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Have we yet met a receiver that wasn't excited about getting a chance to play with Tom Brady?
Absolutely not.
And Martellus Bennett bringing his considerable skills to New England now. Going to hook up with Mr. Brady for another completion here.
Yeah, 90 catches a couple years ago in Chicago, 53 last year for Bennett. Brady gives now to Blount. They find some open field here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
On second down, here's Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On play action, it's Brady. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, there's some guys back to him pretty quickly to check on his health, aren't there?
That's exactly right. For as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure is coming from. He senses people. You're exactly right. Doesn't take too many direct ones. But that one had to hurt.
Now Brady. And Amendola with a catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Brady going to throw. And this is caught. It's Edelman. 1 yard is the gain there. It'll bring up second down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Again, it's Brady. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Their big tight end. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. And I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. These Denver Broncos take the field coming off a 3-point loss, a heartbreaking 3-point loss to the Chiefs. But Trevor Siemian was great. His first 300-yard passing game since week 3, finished with 368, 3 touchdowns as well.
And it's justified more and more why he was taken in the draft by the Denver Broncos, when most people expected him to not be drafted by anyone. And what about the signature play against Kansas City? On the big scramble, kept moving around, kept the play alive, and threw a touchdown pass. I think Trevor Siemian now has cemented himself as a starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos for the rest of 2016.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Offense still needing 10 yards, second down. Back to the air, Siemian on second down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
Dante Hightower is a guy who can play the run with the best of anyone in the league, but he'll fool you a little bit in pass coverage. Not so bad there as well.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Throwing on third down, Siemian. He's got time in the pocket. Still back there. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Jabal Sheard coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Remember, gone is Britton Colquitt, so here's Riley Dixon to punt it away. Back deep, Danny Amendola for New England. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. Oh, shifty. Whoa. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Patriots take over. Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all. But you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that.
Right.
Totally missed it.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Patriots a first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down. So Miller in on the stop there. He was in on 9 stops in Week 12 in that loss to Kansas City. Also 3 sacks for Von Miller in that game.
You've done your fair share of basketball in your life. Think about when you see guys who have the hot hand on both sides of the for both teams, right? They go back and forth trading baskets and all. Didn't it feel that way? Von Miller and Justin Houston of Kansas City. Miller 9 tackles, 3 sacks. Houston 10 tackles, 3 sacks. What a performance they put on.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The New England defense gearing up to take the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. The first carry for the rookie Devontae Booker. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves his sticks.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go! Blue 90!
They'll hand off to Booker, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
One thing that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
The fake to Booker and Simeon. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. Here's Simeon. And hauled in here by Jordan Norwood. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Brady now on first down. Caught left side, Bennett. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
Yeah, maybe a little of both. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 22 on that one. And that's good for a New England first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They'll run again with Blunt. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll run it here with Blunt. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Blunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And past the 30 down to about the 27. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Got 3, 3 down, 3 down. 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 3 down.
carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. They come out here in the eye. Now a carry for Blount. He juked him, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the gun on third down, Brady. This will be caught at about the 5. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They'll come out in the pistol. A second down carry for Booker. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
3rd and long. It's Simeon. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Booker. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Right back to Booker. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and now it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this is blocked. The Pats bring heat and they get home. But they will stop him before he gets to the marker, and they will take over after the blocked punt. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
And now out come the Patriots. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2nd down following the run. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Can't find anyone open. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Third down and 1. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The D for the Pats. The Patriots heading back onto the field now. They're hoping to do what they did last time, force another punt. Last time it resulted in a field goal. We'll see if they can get another stop here, though.
And the best defenses are in the business of preventing points and creating points. And that's exactly what these guys did on their last possession. Why? Because they got off the field on 3 and out, turned the ball over to their offense after the punt, and let them roll downfield and put the ball through the post for a field goal.
The drive starts with Devontae Booker, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And for Sanders, first touchdown since week 4 in week 12, and he did more than that, 162 yards receiving.
I think what really impressed me the most, though, 99 yards receiving on one drive.
Oh, yeah. Because of that personal foul penalty.
Yeah, they ended up setting them back. I think it was against Gary Kubiak. He was, in the white when he ran into an official inadvertently, but that's a penalty because he's supposed to be back from the side of the field. Emmanuel Sanders said, no problem. I got you, coach. Picked him up and took him home.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
They come out here in the eye. On first, again, they go with Booker. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Here's a run for the Colorado State grad, Capri Bibbs. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Bibbs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Off of play action, Simeon finding time. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Riley Dixon now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They go play action here on first down. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Here's Blunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that'll make it 13-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good to this point. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So, partner, last night at dinner we got talking about that Miami Dolphins 6-game winning streak. But, you know, they're not the only ones on a streak right now. You got the Giants at 6 games, and don't forget the Raiders now 5 straight wins.
And how about the Giants season? 1-2 to begin the season, lost 3 in a row, and have won those 6 since then. So they're on a nice little run. How about the Miami Dolphins? They've won 6 in a row as well. The first time since 2008, and that's the last time they went to the playoffs. And Oakland, this 5-game winning streak has carried them to a 9-2 record, their first winning season guaranteed since 2002. And by the way, thanks for picking up the check.
You bet. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Again, here's Blunt. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Throwing is Brady on third down. Surveying the field. Caught left side, Bennett. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
Not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though this offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here we go now.
On first down, it's Simeon. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Rob Ninkovich coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the fake to Booker and Simeon. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is Bibbs. And he'll go down. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Brady, and right side caught. Hogan. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Second down now after the pass completion. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 1st down, Brady. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Broncos are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Patriots have looked good on the road, and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's roll those moving pictures. 3rd down from inside the 30. The pass will be caught over the middle, and the play will come to an end after a gain of 20. Patriots now later on the drive. The quick pass and completion is made, and he goes in for 6. That puts them up by a touchdown. Broncos with possession halfway through 1. So going to get to the QB once again. This will go for a loss of 7. Patriots have it late in the 2nd. Brady's under pressure and will throw the pick to Leeds, the one who would run it back for the score. The Broncos now trail by 6. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it's a second down. Yards to go on second down. On second down, here's Simeon. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Simeon on third down. This is Booker on the dump ball. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. On first down, Simeon. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one? Where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
3 yards to go here on second down.
No, check, Patriots.
Off the fake to Booker and Simeon. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Booker on first down. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Booker with another carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense. Still third down.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing on third down, Simeon. Airing it deep for Fowler. And this will be caught. It's Fowler for a Denver touchdown. Benny Fowler, 44 yards. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now McManus for the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. The drive starts with a handoff to Blunt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now a play fake. Brady. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Now Brady. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And cuts out right sideline. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there out of the running game. 37 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. LeGarrette Blount from 17 yards out. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And that makes it a 9-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends in a touchdown run by LeGarrette Blount. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Simeon on first down. They set up the screen to Booker. A beautiful fake. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On the handoff, this is Booker. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Short, it's Booker. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Norwood that time. That'll bring up second down. Hey, that incompletion gives me a second to say I'm sorry. Because last week I knocked your yams. And my mom made a casserole with yams, and it was spectacular on Thanksgiving, as was the football. It was a great 3 games.
And no one knocks the yams first and foremost. And I want to thank your mom for making that casserole and turning you around. But look at the games we had. Minnesota, Detroit, fourth quarter comeback for Detroit once more. They got a big win. How about the second game? Washington at Dallas. Washington onside kick late with a chance to try and get the ball back and win it. And then the last game, Big Ben, once again a monster performance against the Colts.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
An extra corner on the field for New England here on third down.
Yeah, another DB. Back to throw, Simeon backing up. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, it's Simeon. He's got time in the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks. So you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Off of play action, Simeon. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Emmanuel Sanders, 34 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. That time, a 9-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Brady now on first down. And right side caught Hogan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, he shifts past him. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down and just one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
On first down, Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Over the middle, it's Amendola. A gain of 6 there on first. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. Dion Lewis taking it in. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize. So adjustments are often a big part of each and every game. And it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work. And being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Simeon on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Booker, the man he was trying to get it to. And as we sit on the doorstep now of Week 13, need to talk playoff picture. Let's look at the AFC. The Patriots at 9-2, the Raiders at 9-2. I don't know that they're getting the credit they deserve. So many people talking about New England.
I would agree with that. They're having that type of a season, their first winning season since 2002. And they have their sights set a lot higher than that now. But how about Kansas City? They went to Oakland earlier this year and beat them by 16 points. So head-to-head, the Chiefs know that they're one of those teams that you've got to beat in the playoffs.
And coming off a heck of a win over Denver.
Well, he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Simeon finding time. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. Now 4th down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Blunt, the lone running back. He's going to get the football. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Brady now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Second and just 1. They come out here in the eye. Now Brady throwing on second down. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They come up in an offset eye. Brady going to try and throw on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The reigning Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller, coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was third and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought it worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the first down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And let's shift now to talking about the Patriots defense. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. Let's see if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here, see if they can force another 3-and-out. On 1st and 10, Simeon surveying the field. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second and 10, Simeon again. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. Throwing on third down, Simeon. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
That's taken it around the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. The Broncos defense getting ready to go. Brady now on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it gives the Pats a 1st down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
And they'll run it here. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Second down now after the pass completion. Brady to throw on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They come out here in the eye. This is Lewis. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And making their way back out there now, the Patriots defense. They're just looking to duplicate what they did last time. Force the 3 and out, and that led to a field goal.
The only thing better, really, is creating a turnover. 3 and out, get off the field, feel good about yourself, turn the ball over to your offense, and they put the ball through the post with a field goal.
They're probably pretty well rested after that 3 and out, too.
One would think. That's how you get it done. Create the 3 and outs, get to the bench, get your rest, and hope your offense can control the game.
First down, Simeon completes it to Norwood. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Broncos defense coming back onto the field. And they did well down near the goal line last time, forcing him to settle for a short field goal.
And in today's day and age, settling for a field goal of that distance is amazing. You can get 3 points now, where it's going to give you only 1 point for the extra point, which will be a little bit longer. But they have to feel fantastic about only giving up 3 in that situation. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah, it could have. Now can they carry that over? They'll begin here with Blunt. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Caught left side, Bennett. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now a first down throw, Simeon. He's got time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Second down now after the sack. Here's Simeon now on second down. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
Green 39. Green.
Third and long. It's Simeon. Green's got it over the middle. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Fielded at the 43. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
On play action, it's Brady. It's caught outright, Amendola. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So they're operating in the red zone. On first down, Brady. Looking for someone to throw to. And caught. This is Bennett, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Blunt, the lone running back. He'll get the football here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's go! Green 39! Green!
On 1st and 10, Simeon. This is Booker on the dump off. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
All right, here we go. Blue, landing! Blue!
Off the fake to Booker and Simeon. On the right side, caught by Green. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down, Simeon. Finding time. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football. But today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
2nd down following the incompletion.
All right, here we go. Green 39!
2nd and 10, Simeon again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former first-round pick from Boise State, Shea McClellan, in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Hey, go down, go down.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
All right, here we go.
3rd and long. It's Simeon surveying the field. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And we shift the attention here to Martellus Bennett. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And ready for 3rd and 6. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Let's go! 3-19!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. From his goal line here, Simeon to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And fourth down coming up.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Simeon. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. An incredible play there on fourth down. 54 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, it's Simeon. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Back to the air, Simeon on second down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. From the gun on third, Simeon. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Hurry up, here we go.
Desperation time for Simeon on fourth. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left. and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Well, Charles, stepping back from this one a moment, no matter who's on the field, it's always tough to come in here and beat a team that's the defending champs, but they were able to get it done.
Weren't they 10-0 overall in this stadium?
If you include the playoffs, 8-0 regular season.
Yeah, I mean, that's really fantastic. And you're not just beating them, you're beating a crowd that's always behind their team, and you're beating altitude as well. That's a big victory.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.